Let's take a look at number 5 in section 7.1. We're going to evaluate using IBP. So that's my notation for integration by parts. Here's the integration by parts formula by way again. And here's the integral we're going to work on. So we want to integrate UdV. What's our choice for U? Well, it's by the acronym, remember, LIATE, log, inverse trig, algebraic, trig, exponential. So this is the order of, starting from the left to right, basically, we would choose log first. There's no log function. Inverse trig, no inverse trig function. Algebraic, yeah, the 4x squared. So we'll stop. We'll choose u to be 4x squared. dv is everything else, sine x dx. Here we take the derivative. Now be careful, not integrating, taking the derivative. So the derivatives bring the 2 down, 8x to the negative 1. So I get du is 8x dx. Here I integrate both sides, and the integral of sine of x is negative cosine of x. All right. So I've got my u, my v, and my du. So now I can plug in, I get uv. So uv would be 4x squared times negative cosine of x, which is negative 4x cosine of x, minus, right, minus integral v du. So v is negative cosine of x, du is 8x dx. And clean this out, I've got a negative 8 I can pull out. It comes out as positive 8, and I'm left with just x, right, times cosine of x. And then, so look at my integral. I started with 4x squared times sine of x. Now I'm looking at integral of just x times cosine of x. Well, it's gotten a little simpler. I mean, the sine going to a cosine doesn't really change a whole lot, but x squared to an x, we're moving in the right direction, let's say. So go ahead and do what? Integration by parts again. This time we'll choose u to be x, right? There's our algebraic part, so that du is just equal to dx, right? And then dv would be cosine of x dx, and here we integrate the antiderivative of cosine of x is sine of x. So now I have the negative 4x squared cosine of x plus 8 times, so put that in parentheses, integration by parts, uv x times sine of x minus v sine of x du is just dx. And now look at our integral. We can do this one, right? So it's working. The antiderivative of sine of x is negative cosine of x. So cleaning this up, I got negative 4x squared cosine of x. Distribute this 8 through. 8 times x sine of x. And then be careful, 8 times what? Negative times negative is positive cosine of x. So I get 8 times cosine of x. And here is our antiderivative. So we basically had to use integration by parts twice in this particular situation. Okay, hope this was clear and helpful.